Okay, this is probably where Deku was a griffin, but he can breathe fire. Green fire to be exact, but okay. Fuck it, let's just get started. We start off with a story with 4-year-old Izuku Midoriya. Well, not actually Izuku Midoriya, but Izuku. This time, you know me and my sad stories, alright? You know me and my tragic backstories, alright? I just have to do it. So we begin our story with Deku being born into a unhealthy family that treats him as a slave. Because once they heard that he had a quirk, they forced him to stay in his Griffin form constantly, so that way he can wrap things around or move around things, I guess. But one day he decides to just fly away because wings dive bombs, you know. And this round Deku's 5, so Bakugo hasn't gone on his I'm high and mighty bullshit. He might have, but he hasn't by now. So Deku crashes near Bakugo's campsite, and since he heard she, I think you know what I'm about to do. Yeah. She's gonna be nice in this one, but only to Deku. And don't worry, I'll find a way to make this work. So she wants to investigate the area because she thinks that she's gonna be like a great hero sometime. And she sees this, but young. Like small. When he saw her, he transformed it and backed into a corner, and she asked if you're okay. He's like, get away from me, don't hurt me, I'm sorry I was ever born. And she's like, damn. So she throws him a marshmallow. He's like, what the fuck is this? And she's like, it's a marshmallow, dumbass. So he eats it, and they form a friendship. Just that Deku stays there, and she gives him food, and they hang out. Okay, he doesn't go to their campsite ever, not once. So on the final day, when he hears that she's leaving, he transforms and flies and follows the car because he doesn't know what else to do. So when they get home, he lands in their backyard and hides. And when Bakugo comes out from the backyard, he just sticks his head out like, hey girl, you wanna hang out? She's like, ah, God, what the hell are you doing here? And he's like, well, you were leaving me, so I thought, come with you and stay. So she was like, okay, but you have to stay outside. My mom can't ever see you. And he's like, Now the thing about Deku is that he can breathe the green fire. Like first time he figured it out is when he was coughing with Bakugo, and he just let out green fire and like embers, and she's just like, damn, Griffin, and you breathe fire. Bakugo, so she's like, stay here, I gotta go get my quirk evaluated, we'll hang out later. And he's like, gotcha. So he's just sitting there. She comes back with her and tells Izuku. Well, she wouldn't call Izuku or Deku. She would call him Griff or Griffin. One of those, because she thinks that it would be cool. And he's just like, okay. Gotcha. So she shows him her quirk, and he's like, wow, that's super cool. You should go show your other friends. And she's like, okay. So she does her high and mighty complex, but when she's with Izuku, she instantly goes soft and acts like a regular kind person. So we time skip 10 years. She's 15, Deku's 15. He lives in her backyard. And the more I think about this, the more weird it gets. Why? But it's because he doesn't have anywhere else to stay, and he doesn't want to leave her, and she doesn't want him to leave either. So it just works, alright? It just works. That's their excuse for her not kicking him out. So let's go to the entrance exam. Deku's not there, but Bakugo still blows everything up. When she gets her card, instead of going straight to Mitsuki and her mom and dad, she runs right into the backyard, goes behind a tree, and Deku made like a little weird cave for him, or like he lives behind the bushes, but he dug a hole. She jumps down the hole or something, and she just like, yo, I pass, and he's like, congratulations. And Deku doesn't really go into his human form all that often. He's normally Griffin state. Where the fuck? Do I not have a picture? Holy shit, I don't have a picture. Hold up. One moment. So this be what Deku looks like normally. So he quite the looker, you know. So he gives her a hug, and she just blushes because she's not. Because look at that man. And he doesn't wear shirts. He just wears pants because he's like, why would I wear a shirt? I don't need to. So she gets in, and she has better scores because... Oh no, just make her stronger. USJ attack. Deku senses danger around Bakugo, because the only times that he's actually... He made a thing, he has a skill where he can... If he sniffs someone to the point where, like, he sniffed Bakugo, or been around Bakugo, he can identify their scent and understand if they're in danger. So he feels her feeling terrified and worried, so instantly he's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And that's because she's about to get hit by a fire blast or something, and it's like blue. So Deku, no, Griffins are fast as fuck. So now what Deku does, he booms out of the backyard. So all they hear is a boom in Bakugo's household. And then over at USJ, shatter and then roar. As they see a big ass Griffin right in front of Bakugo. And know what he does next? Blasts the shit out of that guy. Charges at everybody else. Takes them down. Scratch, claw, tail sweep. Jump up in the air, dive bomb. He coated himself in fire and dive bombed on them. He dropping like air thing. He's just dropping like bombs everywhere, like boom, boom, boom. Shigaraki sends a no move at him. No, what Deku does, because he's in a state that's like, protect her, worry about lives later. So he just kills that thing. So he jumps on it, transforms, and rips off his head, and the girls just see this man, and they be like, he hot, but he just killed someone. Shigaraki and Kurogiri retreat. First thing Deku does, runs over to Bakugo and be like, are you okay? Are you hurt? He's doing like a full body scan, like, come on. Alright, he has the med kit with him. Somehow, they don't know how he has a med kit, but he does, and I saw times him up because he just killed like 150 people, or 500 people, and he's like, why did you kill those people? Well, did I have a choice? She was gonna get hurt. And he's like, why do you care about her so much? And he just respond with, she's my only friend. And he'd be like, why did you go to UA if you have such a strong quirk? And I was like, I never gone to school before. Bitch. And he's like, I'm gonna have to contact your parents. And he's like, closest thing to a parent I have is Bakugo's mother, and she doesn't even know I exist. And he's just like, he's speechless. So Nezu breaks in, sees the kid covered in blood, sees blood everywhere else, and he's just like, Aizawa, how the fuck are we gonna explain this to the media? And he's just like, I don't know, ask the kid. He's still checking up on Bakugo. She's blushing hard now because he's looking even further, and he's like, come on. Dear God, if you're injured, tell me where it hurts. He's grabbing everywhere. He's doing legitimate medical procedures that he learned from watching. That he learned from using Bakugo's phone. She just like, how the hell did you learn this? And he'd be, you know, when you leave your phone in the cave, it's like, yeah, I learned it from that. And she's like, I'm gonna have to take away my phone from you whenever I leave. And he's like, no, don't. So he'd be like, okay, so you're ready to go home, because I'm tired, I want to go to bed. And she's like, what the fuck, you just killed all these people. And he's like, they're gonna kill you, so I don't see the problem with it. And the girls hear this, and they're like, some knight in shining armor for Bakugo. She doesn't even, she's so angry all the time, and she like, flying. So he'd be transforming, and they just see this gorgeous beast. Alright, this majestic creature. She hop on and be like, why do you baby me? And he's like, you do the exact same thing. Have I ever seen you with a... have you ever seen yourself with a cat? And she's like, you never baby me like I'm a cat. I'm part cat, okay? I'm cat and bird. Who doesn't want a mixture of a cat and a bird? Not only that, I'm a big cat. So, kitten. Oh wow, so cute. I must pet me. Hey bro, how you doing? I don't think that's fair. Alright, I need equality for all cat species. She's like, damn, what is wrong with you? Nezu walks out and was like, excuse me, but how the fuck did you do this? And he'd be like, I blasted him with fire. So his mouth lights up with fire, and he engulfs himself in fire. It doesn't hurt Bakugo at all, because he doesn't want it to hurt him, because he has complete control over it. And Nezu will be like, complete control of this man. May I ask who your parents are? And he's like, I don't have any. Closest thing I got is, may I remind you, her mother, that doesn't even know of my existence, she just makes food, and Bakugo brings it out for me. That's it for me. And he just like, did you run away from home? And he's like, yes. Why? Because they hurt me. So yeah, you know how it be. You know how. See, I told y'all I would be nice to Bakugo sometimes. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I will. Sometimes I'm the best person in the world. So, like, come on. Cut me some slack. Okay, what's next? I'm just gonna do this all in one because I'm bored right now. Alright, real bored. So he'd be like, you wanna go to UA? And Bakugo's like, no, Griffin can't go, he can. And he's like, are you sure, Bakugo? Because to me, I think you need protection, so I'll go, because I'm my own human, alright? Right. So he'd be like, so where do I mail it? Just mail it to Bakugo's house, but make sure that she's the one that answers. Or say that it's a replacement uniform, or something. That way she can just bring it to me. You know, I think you guys should just tell her mother. And he's like, fine, fuck it. So he lets out a call, because he can roar and call. So call, and blasts off, because he's fast. He's as fast as a jet. Because like Griffins, in Arc they're fast as fuck when you use them correctly. Some things are faster, but he's still fast. Oh shit. Might be 3 or 4 p.m., but still, I gotta be stirred. Okay, so they arrive at Bakugo's house, and he just knocks on. Bakugo opens the door, and she's like, "Hey, Ma, I want you to meet someone." And she was like, "Oh, let me guess, it's your boyfriend." And she sees a Griffin, and she's like, "Baby, get away from the giant bird cat." And he's like, "Wow, your mom's rude. I've never met her, but come on, still." And she's like, "No, this is my friend Izuku. He ran away from home when he was a kid, and I found him back when we were at the camping trip, and he lived in our backyard since, because he had nowhere else to go." And she'd be like, "How the fuck did this giant thing live in our backyard without me noticing?" And she like, "He lives in a cave under." And she'd just be, "So there was a cave under our house, no, under our backyard, so if, like..." And she like, "Can I see this establishment?" And Deku just like, "Oh, yes, ma'am, I'm sorry, ma'am, I didn't mean to offend you, ma'am." Because he's scared of her now. So he takes them to his cave, and it's like a tunnel slide, and it's like a slip and slide, because he just jumped down head first. Feet first for humans, but for Deku, head first. So they be jumping in. Mitsuki pooping her pants. She didn't, cause she hardcore. And she just sees rock slab, chair, and a couch that he stole, and a phone. And she's like, "So how the hell did you get a phone?" She's like, "That's my mom." "You gave this man your phone? You don't even know him." And she's like, "I knew him since I was 4. And she's like, oh, okay, but still, I don't know him. Alright, so are you two dating? Bakugo blushes, and so he's just like, "What's dating?" And she like, "I'm gonna need to take care." In her mind, she's like, "I'm gonna need to take care of this boy." No, she's like, "Inko really wants a child. So, and I don't want to take care of another one, so..." She calls up Inko and say, "Hey, so you wanted a kid, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, but I can't have one." And she's like, "Come over to my place." She's like, "Okay." So she arrives, and she sees this big-ass bird cat, and she's like, "What the fuck is that?" And she's like, "That's your new son." She's like, "Inko, Mitsuki, I think that's a giant bird cat statue." And she's like, "Wow, that's rude. I think I'd rather stay in the cave." And she's like, "Oh dear God." So he transforms back into his human. And she's like, "Okay, I'll adopt him, I guess. Fine, bye." So Deku has a mom now, Mama Midoriya. Shit, this thing's coming on loose. Hold up. Hold on. So, Deku gets adopted by Midoriya, Inko Midoriya. So, yeah, let's see. So he gets his UA uniform, and he goes to UA the next day. And he's like, "What is this thing?" on me. Because he ain't used to shirts. So, let's see. I think that's where I'm going to leave it off. Bye, I'll see you tomorrow.